Whew. All right. That's another 4 a.m. lift under the belt. I am not gonna lie. It is definitely not ideal. I'm not lifting at 4 a.m. because, I have the David Goggins mentality of, oh yeah, you gotta stay hungry. It's gonna be cold. You gotta get up at 4 a.m. and, take a step ahead of everybody else. Like, it's not like that. It really is just a matter of what sucks less. Going to the gym before work or going after work. And sorry about how wobbly this is, but if you're somebody like me who works odd 12-hour shifts on a weird rotating schedule, it can be really hard to justify going to the gym after work because you've worked all day. You're probably not in the most hydrated or really just energized state in general. In my opinion. But it can just be difficult, and like at the end of the day, it's kind of just a pain in the ass because after such a long work day, you're like, all right, I gotta go home. Like I am ready to kick my socks off, lay down with a nice bowl of snacks on my stomach and watch something. So that's why I do it, purely out of necessity, because you got to think, you're probably wondering like, okay, well, if you're working only like, 2 or 3 days at a time for 12 hours, then why don't you go on the days that you're off, and just not go to the gym on the days that you're working? And you might have a point, but I just love it. I love going to the gym too much to justify not going. I guess a better way to say it is that I'd rather force it into my schedule and be a little more uncomfortable during the day than I would if I just didn't go at all on a work day. So if you have your goals, whatever they may be, and you just have to find a way to make it work. I just can't imagine not going. And I'll take a rest day here and there. I'm not enhanced or anything. Enhanced, I just think that's a funny way to put it. But I'm not taking anything that would take away my natural card status. Not that really matters at the end of the day. But people will always put up the argument that, if you're natural, you should take rest days. You should have scheduled rest days for your split. And I'm inclined to disagree. I don't think it'll make much of a difference if you have every Saturday, or every Saturday and every Sunday, I'm going to rest. Because as long as you go to the gym every other day and you are pushing yourself to the point where you are stimulating enough tension and you are fatiguing yourself enough, then it really shouldn't be a problem. The only reason that I don't take scheduled rest days is because there was a point in time where I was taking scheduled rest days, and a lot of the time on the days that I'm resting, I'm just thinking to myself, man, I kind of wish I was at the gym right now. I'm not tired. Like, I don't feel like the muscle group that would have been worked on this day is not sore enough for me to justify a rest day. So, you know, and it could just be ego talking. Like, oh, like I can't take a rest day. Like, I have to like get in there. But, you know, whatever you like to do, as long as it is furthering your goals and it's not hurting you, why not get after it? So anyways, the lift itself today, we did legs, and started with hamstrings. Just, I think I did, I want to say 6 sets. I don't have I'm more of a like go with the flow person when it comes to my lifts now, because I've gotten to the point where I understand my body, I guess, if that makes sense. I used to have a scheduled routine where, okay, on leg day I've got 3 sets of 8 reps of lying hamstring curls, and then followed by 2 sets of RDLs till failure. I used to have that, but at the point that I'm at now, I find that it is a lot more beneficial for me to listen to my body, if that makes sense. And that's just something that comes with experience. I can't expect a beginner lifter to go to the gym and just wing it, because you don't have the experience to know the fatigue for any targeted muscle group. You don't have the experience for every possible movement. So it can be a lot harder for you to have a quality lift if you're still figuring things out. So I like to go by feel. And that's not to say that it's not intense or weird. There is a loose structure to it, where the idea is I'm doing, I warm up, of course. I do, for whatever muscle group there is, a 10-minute period of warming up on cables or, whatever it may be. And then I start with the heaviest movements first, the heaviest load, and then I work my way down. So for today on hamstrings, after warming up for a little bit, I went with a lying hamstring curl. Just felt good today. I don't have much of a preference between lying hamstring curl versus seated versus standing. It makes no difference to me. I just like to change it up every now and again. I've been on a seated hamstring curl kick for a while, so I am just switching it up. So I did, first 3 sets were, as heavy as I can do, which is, 75% of the stack. I don't know. It doesn't matter. And then the next 3 sets were a little less weight on lying hamstring curls and supersetting that with standing hamstring curls. And it just, that's just kind of how it turned out. It felt really good, and that's what I went with. And then for quads, on the days that I am working, I just kind of find that I don't have enough time to do the quad day that I'd like to do. I'd like to, warm up for a little bit, maybe a few sets of leg extension or something, and then move on to squat, be it barbell or a Smith machine. But the amount of time that it takes for me to warm up on leg extension, get my knees ready, and then work my way up on squat, by the time I've worked up to a weight for a working set, I've already killed a solid 15 minutes, and that's not nothing. I pretty much have a hour time allotment on my mornings where I'm working out before work. So, on the days that I'm off, I have plenty of time. I'm able to take my time and work my way up and kill it. But on days like today, you kind of just have to make do with the time that you have. So did a little abductor work just to warm things up there. Warmed up with light single leg extensions. Worked my way up on that, and then I think I banged out maybe, I want to say 5 working sets. All of them on leg extensions. And I think for the last 3 sets, I threw in some bodyweight sissy squats. It just felt really nice. I thought about throwing in some leg press, but I don't know. The machine that we have at my gym, you're kind of seated. There is no incline or decline. It's kind of like a sled, if that makes sense. It's a stack-loaded leg press. And there are some days where it feels really good. That's really rare, because most days it just, I don't know, I get this weird, like, kind of not burning sensation, but I just feel a lot of tension on my right knee. And I've never injured my right knee, but it's a weird, uncomfortable pressure. So I typically don't do it. There is another Anytime not too far from here, and they have a inclined leg press, and that tends to feel pretty good. But lately that gym has just been way too crowded. I mean, like, to the point where every single bench is taken, every single machine is taken. You're going to be waiting in line no matter what you do. So I tend to avoid it. But after leg extensions and sissy squats, felt nice and pumped. Posed, everything looked pretty good. So I can't complain. And after that, showering before work, I almost wished I had a life alert pendant on me, because standing in the shower after that, it was tough. It was very concerning that I would fall and I'd just be stranded there. But good lift today. Tomorrow we have chest, and I'm off tomorrow, so I should have plenty of time to, warm up and get some good weight in. But till next time.